Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the America Guns and Freedom Podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just a place where you can come every day and ask me whatever question you want to ask. Doesn't have to be gun related. Just send it over. I'll do my best to address it. Now, if it's something technical or something I don't have experience with, something like that, pay attention to the live chat. Someone out there will have the answer for you. In fact, pay attention to the live chat anyway. Participate in the live chat. That's really why we're here every day. It gives people a place to come an hour, hour and a half every day, sometimes 2 hours, and talk with like-minded individuals about common interests. So that provides a platform that a lot of people don't have that opportunity in their everyday life. So we're here every day doing this. So come on in any day. We'll be here. And when you're here, like I said, engage in conversation, make some friends, build a community over there. Otherwise, ask me whatever question you want, and I'll try to answer it. Now, the first thing I like to do is try to read the names of people who have ordered merchandise over the last 24 hours. I don't know if we've got any today to read or not. I'm going to go over here and see. I got to sign in because it signed me out. And let's see here. Do we have any orders for today? We do. We've got Adam Oliver. He got a Be Kind to Animals camp mug and a My Husband Loves Me enamel mug. He's giving something to his wife, I think, or his mistress. So if you're his wife and you don't get that mug, you might start wondering what's up. But that was Adam Oliver, so thanks to him. Also, we got Fred Fanning the Third. Is that what that says? Fred Fanning the Second. Wouldn't that just be Junior? But Fred Fanning, because my dad's junior. He's the second. He's junior. I'm the third. Are you supposed to switch it to 2 when there becomes a 3? I don't know. Because we didn't with my dad. He's still junior. Which is odd because he's got an older brother, Gary. And he's not the second or junior. You think the first son would be the second or the junior. But no, it's the third child, the second son. I was the first male grandson, so... But that has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. But he got a Toy Guns for Tots donation and a Guns and Kitties mug. So he supported both our regular programs, Pets and Vets, and Toy Guns for Tots there. So that's an extra little bit coming in for Toy Guns for Tots today. And we got William Weiss, who bought a shirt and a car magnet and supported Toy Guns for Tots. So there's a little more for Toy Guns for Tots today. So yay. Need a little more to make a decent day today. So go on over and donate if you haven't already donated to Toy Guns for Tots. You can go over to my website, TYMP. It's right here. And if you go over there, the first thing you'll see on top of the page is the Toy Guns for Tots section where you can donate. We talk about what we do and how long we've been doing it. And if you donate $20, you'll be registered to win one of the prizes we're giving away. The top prize is a 590 shotgun retrograde from Mossberg with 2 stocks, one of which will be customized. So get yourself entered into that drawing by donating. Or if you want to buy merchandise to promote it and support it, you can click on the link right here. You can go over to my website and you'll notice right there on the top of the page is a Toy Guns for Tots store. And you can buy any merchandise in here. That comes with a $20 donation to Toy Guns for Tots and an entry. And you get the item basically for under cost. So go ahead and go over there. You can also get things like the ornament and the mug here that have stuff on the front and back. They got the logo on the front and a message on the back to whoever you're giving the gift to, that a child will receive a toy gun this Christmas in their name, a child in need. So they get the satisfaction of knowing that in their name, a child is going to have a Merry Christmas, and you get the satisfaction of having a cool gift to give them, and you get the entry into the drawing. So go over and do that. Also, if you just want to buy regular merch, you can buy regular merch and support the channel, or you can become a Patreon subscriber or a Subscribe Star subscriber, or you can become a TYMP supporter. You can do all that from the same website here. So go on over to the website, do all that if you want to support the channel, and I will appreciate anything y'all do. With that, my main concern is Toy Guns for Tots because it ain't doing great. But let's get back over here to the chat. Let's see if we got any questions coming in. Let's see. I got to get down to the bottom of the page here. We did get some donations to Toy Guns for Tots. We got one from David Bolson. We got one from Lucas Smith. Thanks to both of them for their donations. We also got Johnny Mandrick donating, and everybody donating got entries into the drawing. So thanks to those people. Now let's see if we got any questions here. Johnny Mandrick weighed in and said, they're the most pro to a DOJ just charged someone who sold his collection because it was too many guns at once. What pressure can we put on Trump to get progress? How can we blame the NFA on Biden and Obama? Well, you can't blame the NFA on Biden and Obama. That doesn't make sense because that was around before they were around. And every Republican that has been president who controlled both Congress and, had basically just any Republican that controlled both the Senate and the House, they could have done away with the NFA at any time. They could have voted it away, but they never chose to. So who do you blame for it? I think all of them. But as far as influencing Trump, you can't. Unless you can leave a big gold bar or a Rolex on his desk, you're not going to influence him at all. He don't give two shits what any of us think about him or how any of us are doing. And it's a shame it's taken so many people so long to figure that out. Sean Bain chimed in and says, I never did like Glock. To me, I can't get a good group with that grip angle. And their double stacks are too chunky for me. You got dainty hands? No, I think you just got health. Getting old like me, it makes it hard to hold on to the damn things. Their double stacks are too chunky for me. I do like their 43X and 48. See, I've never had any real experience with either of those. But the grip angles have never been my favorite. So that's just why I've never been a real big Glock guy. Plus, I don't like striker fireds. I'm not a big striker fired fan. I've tried to warm up striker fired. It just did not work. Vetus Praetorian, who we haven't seen in here in a while, and he is not the one that killed his girlfriend, by the way. He donated to Toy Guns for Tots. I don't think he killed his girlfriend. He's not the famous one that killed their girlfriend in the bathroom. I think he's probably got real feet. I can't say that for certain, but I'm assuming he's got real feet. Then MWA chimed in and said, for the P's and the V's and the butt cooties, well, it's not for butt cooties. It's to not get butt cooties. You don't want butt cooties. Would you say the 357 mag is a bit much on the loudness? Ew, it's loud. Oh, yeah. But I mean, there's not much what you going to do about it. If you shoot your gun outside in self-defense or even inside, it's probably going to be temporary damage you do to your hearing if you do any damage to your hearing. It ain't going to be pleasant while you're doing it. I've done it. I've been at the range for it, forgot to put my hearing aid on, and bam, and be like, yep, let's put our hears on. No damage. But it is loud, but I'm happy. I'm okay with it for the way the round performs. It makes you seem cool too. Tim Moeller chimed in. He won one of the knives tonight. Glock Schlock. That was like 1900s technology. Times have changed. Did I win the knife? You did win the knife last night's drawing. And then the manual, it is older technology. I mean, they didn't change hardly anything. So, Emmanuel Fernandez chimed in and said, why are so many people acting as if it's Glock's responsibility to fight for the Second Amendment? Well, I don't know if that they're acting like that. They were just like disheartened that they bowed down to California's regime, which I can see that, but I didn't see it that way. I saw it as, if anything, they're getting ahead of the anti-gunners. But it seems like there was neither of those things now. But here's the thing. Anybody that counts on the gun industry to fight for their rights is insane. They fight for their profits. And we've seen multiple gun organizations do things that were anti-2A because they thought it would give them a leg up in the business world. Springfield Armory. So, yeah, you can't count on, and plus the gun manufacturers are the ones that sow most of the fear. They pay for that fear to be sown because it's good for sales. It's bad for our community. It's bad for our rights, but it's good for business. So expecting any gun manufacturer to fight for our rights in any way that doesn't benefit them is a little bit naive, I think. Let's see here. I think that might have been the last of the super chats over here. That was Emmanuel Fernandez. Let me go over here now. We got Jumpy Killer Ox chimed in and said, did you see the rumors why Trump has been pretty ineffective against Russia and Netanyahu is because they have pics of him giving BJs to men, possibly Clinton. With here's the thing. I don't even think, even the guy who wrote the email said he wasn't talking about Clinton. And now it turns out their horse's name was Bubba. So he was basically saying, what does Putin have on Trump? Does he have pictures of him blowing a horse? And that's not something you say in a literal sense. That's something you say as a saying. I mean, I've said it before. Do they got pictures of you having sex with a donkey or what, something like that? That's just something you say when it's like, do they have something absurd or something bad? It's not literal. So I don't put any weight on that whatsoever. The Clinton thing, I put no weight whatsoever. I don't think Donald Trump has a gay bone in his body or ever has had or has ever put a gay bone in anybody's body, as I put it last night. So I don't think that's the case. And as far as him being literal about that, blowing a horse, I don't think that was literal. I think that was just hyperbole, to make a point. So I don't think that that's got anything to do with it. I do, however, think Netanyahu and Putin both have access to the files, to the Epstein files. And I think they've used that to their full advantage, because look at the way the Congress bows down to fucking Israel for no fucking reason whatsoever. We get no benefit from Israel other than we say, oh, they maintain, a level of peace in the region and a level of stability in the region. Bullshit. And what do we give them? Tons and tons of money. They're one of the biggest recipients of our money. And why is that? What do they got on a lot of the politicians and a lot of the big donors? It seems to me that something's fishy there. But Edgar Cortez also weighed in here and says, an Indiana man, Anderson, was charged with voluntary manslaughter for shooting through his front door and killing a cleaning lady who went to the wrong house. I thought the man should have been charged. Thoughts? Well, he was, so you agree he should be charged. I agree too. And some people were like, well, it should be involuntary. No, he fired a gun at someone, not knowing who they were or why they were there. Just the fact they knocked on his door, he shot him. And no, you don't have a right to do that. If you've got a doorbell, a door, a sidewalk, any of that stuff, if you don't have a locked fence coming into it, everybody has a right to assume that it's okay to come up and knock on your door, especially people that are supposed to be there, and you don't have a right to murder them because of it. So he should be charged with voluntary manslaughter, murder, as far as I'm concerned, and he should go to jail for it. I don't support someone just because they used a gun. If an idiot uses a gun to commit a crime, well, that's the idiot's fault, and I blame the idiot. I don't defend him simply because I'm afraid some people will blame the gun. So, yeah, he needs to go to fucking jail. Just from what he's admitted, he needs to go to jail. I don't even know if they need a trial. He basically said what he did. The evidence is clear. He isn't denying it. He's just saying he should have had the right to do it as self-defense. No, you shouldn't. That's pretty clear cut. So I don't know if you need a trial. Just accept your punishment and go. Avo357 also chimed in just now and says, Yanks, Colt Delta Elite 10 millimeter versus Dan Wesson Razorback. It will be my only 1911. Dan Wesson Razorback. I mean, the Colts are good. They're especially if you get a newer one, they're excellent. Now, there was a bad period for Colts, like through the 90s, where their machines were all worn out and hadn't gone to CNC yet, where the guns were a little loosey-goosey. But that's not a problem anymore. So if you're getting a new gun, you'll be fine with the Delta Elite. But I still would suggest the Dan Wesson. And not even by a small margin. I recommend it by a fairly large margin. All right, let me make sure we're caught up with all the supers, and then we'll move to the emails. No, we got one more over here. Oh, we got a big donation. A big donation. and this makes me happy. Well, I was already getting happy because people were donating, but we got a big donation from who is this? Mitchell Ducina. I don't even know who that is. Mitchell Ducina. If they're in here, let us know that's you, but I don't know who that is because I don't think their name is the same as their screen name. So if you want to not be anonymous, let people know you don't. Let me know it's you. But I mean, it's not anonymous. I know his name. I just don't know what his screen name is. But thanks for that. That was a big plus tonight. We've made our over our 250 we needed to make. Well over. Like we'll have enough to carry a little over to tomorrow. Let's see here. Let me get to the emails. I'm trying to get all the emails opened up here. Oh, that picture probably ain't going to come. Yeah, that I don't think that is going to come through. Save attachment. Let's see if I can save it. Desktop save. Because when you send an HEIC file, they usually don't go through on email. They're too big. Let me see if it'll actually download to the website or to my desktop, though. What's it called? Okay, yeah, I got it open here. Oh, it's opening. Goddamn fucking. No, I don't want GIMP opened. Let me open it with. And we'll get to the chats here. Hold on. I got to find file. Open. Who was it giving me all this trouble? Audit 2. I swear to God. All right, getting to the emails. He said, weird pattern on the GX4, your thoughts. And he sent a picture here, so let me share that picture. Share screen, Winder. Can't share the email because it won't come up in the email, but I'll share the picture. There's the pattern on the top. I actually like it. I think that's kind of cool. Get it down where people can see it better right there. See, I like that pattern on the top. I think it gives a little bit of interest. So I think positively of it. Also, we got, let's see, other emails here. Nominal Snowman says, looking at bolt action 5.56 as well, have ever have any experience with the Mossberg MVP? I have not, but I kind of wanted one. I remember when they first came out, I wanted one. I want a bolt action 5.56 with iron sights. Hard to find. It is hard to find. And I would say probably those Mossberg MVPs are one of the more affordable and quality versions you can find. So I wouldn't have any problem saying get one of those and let me know how good it is, because it's something I've wanted to. I just never got around to getting it. It's one of those things when you have the money, you don't think about it. And when you think about it, you ain't got the money. Or you thought something else you want to spend the money on. Leonidas1236 says, Yank, what do you recommend for some upgrades? I was thinking lock grips. It's a 92 GTS. This new edition, which means he fucking sucks because he got a new gun and I didn't. Well, really, I don't know of a whole lot you need to change on these. They come with decent sights. They come with the skeletonized hammer. If you wanted to change it out to like a flat trigger or something, yeah, that could be fun. But otherwise, grips would be about the only change I would suggest, because they come pretty much ready to go as they are. You know, not a lot change needing to be made. Let's see here. That was Leonidas, who is, like I said, a cunt for getting something new when I didn't. Nominal Snowman said, in Resident Evil 5, Chris Boulder Puncher Redfield can use an HKSL8. Never seen one in person to fondle. Have you ever had or played with one? No, I haven't. I don't think I've ever seen one in person. I've seen replicas, but I've never seen one in person. Nominal Snowman also says, I know you aren't a shotgun guy. He said shotgun gun. I think he means guy. But ever have experience with poly chokes from the days of yore? I'm looking at old bolt action shotguns on Gunbroker, and a ton have those poly choke things. Chuck Hawk's website says they're shit. He's always usually pretty good information. That would coincide with my interpretation of them and understanding of them. I've never been a real big shotgun guy. I've never shot like competitively. I've never hunted with a shotgun. I've always bow hunt when I was younger. So never been a big shotgun guy. And, you know, understand the basics of chokes, but there's not really something that I'm highly skilled in. So, or experienced with. So I don't know. I think I'd go with his opinion of them. I wouldn't ask me. John Heasley said, do you think they will add 10 millimeter to Gen V? If they don't, they're stupid. Because they already know they can do it. They got the right size platforms for it. So if they don't, they're stupid. Now, they may not bring back like the 29. But if they don't redo the 20, they're stupid. The 29, I don't know how well that sells for them. But and it's kind of an abusive gun with a lot of frame flex. So I don't know if they'll bring that one back, but if they don't bring back the 20, they're absolutely stupid. Nominal Snowman once again says, since my M1A is being turned into an EBR build, I want another classic M14 with a wooden stock. Ever hear anything good about James River Armory M14? Don't want to buy a Springfield Bullet Defense M14 or Spendy. Well, the James River Armories aren't cheap, are they? If they're the one I'm thinking of. But I don't really know anything about them personally. There's probably some people in here that do. Ask them. Stop bothering me. Why y'all people bother me with these questions? Maybe because that's the whole point of the show, but still, I don't know. We also got a Nominal Snowman here asking another question. I want a P226 ASE. Now it's like kind of like the all stainless one, but it's got the aluminum frame and silver. So it looks like the top end one that's all stainless, but it's got an aluminum frame, lightweight. I think. The issue is I don't want to spend $1,500 on a showpiece 226. Well, it's not a showpiece. It's meant to be used. It's got the aluminum frame. Could I buy a P226 with stainless slide and aluminum frame and bead blast it all down and leave it bead blast bare aluminum? Well, the problem with that is it's going to start tarnishing and looking bad and maybe even getting some pitting and stuff like that because you got nothing protecting the finish. And a bead blast finish is going to leave a lot of little nooks and crannies for stuff to get into. If you high polished it, well, then it would be fine. But leaving it bead blasted is not going to be the best thing in the world. But you can easily get the stainless steel ceramic coat and put on it and just fire it stainless colored. That would work. But you don't want to leave an unprotected metal surface. I've seen the alloy aluminum frame as a PVD coating to protect the bare aluminum. Apparently, PVD sucks and scratches as easily as bare aluminum, though. Is that true? PVD isn't the greatest coating in the world. No, some of the SIG coatings are very questionable. But, you know, just get yourself some stainless steel Cerakote. Get yourself a little sprayer, spray it down, bake it, and get yourself, you got yourself your thing there. You have to change the grips, too, I do believe. Because doesn't it come with wood grips? Also, how bad do you think a non-anodized frame will wear on stainless steel? What do you mean wear on the stainless steel? You mean on the inside of the rail? Well, probably not really bad at all because anything that would get in there and bother it keeps getting rubbed away. But, I mean, it's a possibility. I'd worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. A lot of times I don't even finish the inside of the frame rails. So I'd have to look and see. It's more often when you have the same metal, you know, or not the same metals, when you have specific metals touching each other, there's a problem. And I don't think stainless and aluminum would have a huge problem on a part that's constantly moving. Now, if it were parts that were just sitting together, touching all the time, that's one thing. They'll weld themselves together. But if they're moving, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Someone else maybe say different, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Let's see, where are we at here? How are we at on the emails? Is that the last of the emails? That was the last of the emails, I do believe. So now I can get over to the live chat. Let me first make sure we're still caught up on the super chats. Everything on both sides here. We are. So let me get to the live chat. Where was I? How far up can I go? Let's see. Most of Department of Education money, mostly funding to schools, goes to fund administrators to deal with the rules of Department of Education created. Some with that's bullshit. It goes to fund administration because they're over administrated, just simply because people keep getting elected to positions, and they create positions for people to make money, and so their cousin can have a job, and their sister can have a job, and their nephew can have a job. It's got nothing to do with complying with Department of Education rules. Even here locally, we've got 3 superintendents. When I tried to contact the superintendent at my son's school when I was having a problem with him, they were like, well, there's 3 and you can go. I'm like, why are there 3 fucking state superintendents or 3 super school superintendents, each making like $280,000 a year when there should only be 1? This is not a high population area. There should be 1. Back in West Virginia, there was like, 1 superintendent covered multiple counties. Here, they don't even cover a whole county. So it's the cronyism that's more the problem with that. And in most anything, that's the way it is. Churches, it's been shown by, churches that 95% of what they bring in is administrative, that goes to administrative fees, right into the pockets of the churches, the employees, and all of the preachers, etc. Very little ever goes out. States banning the whole language approach and bring back phonics also require evidence-based math. I don't understand what he means by any of that. I saw your video last week of banning sniper rifles. Canada considers banning scopes. Also own a muzzleloader or black powder pistol. Some states only allow shotgun or muzzleloader deer. Once again, I'm not real certain what he's saying. You old whippersnapper, I went out and found both sides of the story I was talking about. I had misspoken the name as I worked for UPS at 1.2. I should have said the contract. I think I saw that he said the name, changed the name. I don't remember what it was, but I looked it up. Trump says, release the Epstein files. We're going to see Lucy move the football for Charlie Brown yet again. Well, a lot of people right now think that what that means is we've created enough false information to go out with the real information that there'll be enough of a confusion that people can make arguments either way. And also, we're going to try to make this all about Democrats. And also, my Pam Bondi has managed to delete, alter, and fudge information enough now that it's safe for certain people, certain billionaire investors. They've somehow managed to disappear from the information. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but we'll see. I just saw a video of a group of people inside a plane that overreacted to a hedgehog that got loose. Their panic delayed catching the poor frightened critter. It's a hedgehog. Hedgehogs are cute. Who'd be upset by a hedgehog? I can understand if like a rattlesnake got loose in the plane, but that's like saying, oh, they panicked because a bunny got loose. Because a hedgehog's like one step above a bunny as far as a threat to you. In fact, I'd say it's below a bunny because bunnies bite and scratch. I don't know that hedgehogs even do that. So, yeah, I don't understand why people would get upset about it. It's like that guy. You ever see that video of the guy freaking out, screaming for his wife because there's a squirrel in his office and he's jumping up on the desk, swinging a broom or a bat, screaming his head off? I'm like, what? It's a fucking squirrel. Even if it came at you full tilt with intent to kill, you're probably not going to need anything more than a Band-Aid. According to Boston Children's Hospital and Harvard Medical School, pregnant women face a 37% higher risk of being killed by gun violence than non-pregnant women. Strange. Well, that's one of them correlation fucking things. Women that are pregnant are probably likely to be, splitting up with a boyfriend who didn't want to be a dad, and they're trying to force them to be a dad, and they don't want to be, and violence is going to erupt. And plus, when women are pregnant, the couples start fighting over money. Like, are we going to be able to afford this? And you're still going out and drinking beer, and we got to save for a bassinet and all that stuff. It's just all that side stuff. It's got nothing to do with guns or actually being pregnant. It's got to do with the circumstances that most of those people are usually in. Must not read chat till we get to the end. That's what I do. Chat is the last thing we read. I didn't come here to argue either, so don't expect a bunch of drama. You asked me to find links, so I did. No, it's not definitive proof Biden caused all that, but it supports the idea. Well, lots of articles support ideas. And a lot of articles say, well, this business was run out by vaccine mandates because their employees didn't want to get the vaccines or the owners didn't. That's a choice. That's not being run out. That's a choice. Was just reading an AI interpretation, which isn't much. Well, that's true. I will say that. Oops, chat just jumped. Where am I at? Did I miss stuff or are we done? We might be out of chats. Let's see here. It just jumped me to the bottom and I'm not seeing much. Hedgehogs will often ball up in fear around unfamiliar people. Well, that's kind of what they do. That's their thing. I posted links to a court case, just not a narrative. I don't see a link. Where did he post it? Or did he post it in the chat? Well, I probably won't find it unless he put out the Yankee Marshal in front of it. Or he might have posted it before I got over to live chat, which means it's probably gone already. So it's best to send those things to me via email. But let's see here. Let me check where we're at on time. We're over on time, actually. Let me make sure we've got all the super chats caught up. We do. I don't think anything came in over here after Evo 357. It did not. John Heasley said he got his patch. He sent me. That woman still ain't sent me the patches. But she said she would send me the leftover patches. I still ain't got them. But John Heasley got his. There's the picture of the patch he just got. What could go wrong? It's basically the shirt I was wearing last night, but in patch form. I want the rest of those patches. That fucked me all up. The company I used got sued and closed their doors with my patches. And it's just not a good situation. That's why I don't like fucking doing patches. That's just another reason. You can't count on anybody to do the job you're hiring them for. I did miss an email here from Tim Moeller where he sent a picture. And it is, the knife is for my puppy. You shouldn't give puppies knives. Well, he's a little puppy. He might need it. He don't look like he's very big. If he has to deal with any Rottweilers or anything, he might want to have a blade in his vest. And you're dressing your dog in a vest, but we'll let that slide for now. All right. That looks like that is it for tonight. Everything is caught up and we are out of time. So thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. We took a little time to get started tonight, so things were a little shorter than usual. And I can't stay late tonight. I got stuff to do. I'm a very important person here. You know that. I want to go change the trigger in my carry gun's what I want to do. But thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it, especially those of you that supported the channel. Did Mitchell Ducina ever let us know who he is? If he didn't, send me an email. If he did, if somebody knows, let me know. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Like I said, thanks especially for people who help support the channel. Remember, go support Pets and Vets. I'll see everybody again tomorrow, as usual. Until then, everybody remember, always carry and stay safe till I see you again. Please hit that like button and share this video on whatever social media you have. Since this is a restricted channel, you're the only chance we have to overcome YouTube's anti-2A bias and discrimination.